I just almost got scammed by an eBay buyer. Recently, I sold this pair of GH Bass Wee Johns pair of shoes. I mentioned this in a previous video. If you guys watched that, I picked this up from Salvation Army for $8, and these actually sold for $55 plus shipping. Unfortunately, the buyer ended up opening up a return after they received the item and said that they just didn't like them. Now, I did provide free returns on this listings. It did take them about 5 days to actually ship the item out, so I was a little concerned. Typically, when I get returns, the buyer will send it out within a day or two. So I'm just like, okay, I'll get it whenever. And I did receive the shoes back a couple of days ago, and these were the shoes that I got back. They are Wee Johns, but these are actually in worse condition than the ones that I sold. Also, on the bottom outsole, I can't remember which shoe it was, there is actually a black Sharpie mark I had on my on my original listing, because this was where the price was from the Salvation Army, so I ended up just blacking it out with additional Sharpie, and this one doesn't have any marks at all. On the insole, as you can see, it has a brown insole on these. The ones that I had actually had black insoles. It is the same size and everything, so the buyer ended up just doing the classic switcheroo. Maybe thinking I didn't notice or anything like that, but I did end up filing a report with eBay. If you guys don't know, there is actually a report button in the return page where you can report some sort of issue that you might have had with the return. Maybe it got damaged or something like that. But in this case, it was just a whole different shoe. So once you're on that page, you can actually fill out the description, whatever the issue might be, fill out whatever you can. Make sure you describe the whole situation and what kind of issues you might have. So in this case, I did report that the insoles were different than the ones that I had on my listing. Didn't have the black Sharpie on the bottom outsole. The condition was worse than the ones that I sold. And I took photos of many different angles of the shoes, indicating that, hey, this is actually way different than what I had sold. So once you report an issue with it, a case gets opened up and it gets sent off to whatever team that might have to resolve any sort of issues. Luckily in my case, eBay actually sent me an email back the following day after I reported this issue, and they indicated that they were in favor of me in the case and that I was going to be keeping the sale. So luckily for that, I don't lose any money over this, but I think eBay ended up eating the cost on this and still refunded the buyer, which is unfortunate because buyers like these tend to keep doing what they're doing and eBay just ends up eating the cost. So with that being said, I'm happy that I got to keep the sale at least. I do have another pair of Wee Johns now that I can actually resell. These aren't actually in bad shape. Like, there's no major issues with these shoes. It does have some wear on the bottom, but it's still a good model and probably still can get like $40 for these, I think. It's definitely not in the best shape and not in the shape from the shoes that I had. But if I get to keep the sale, I got another pair of shoes that I can resell. It's just unfortunate that eBay has to deal with these kind of buyers out there. But just a word of warning to you guys selling on eBay. If you guys do have any sort of issues, make sure you report it because eBay does sometimes actually help out. I know a lot of times they do favor the buyer in certain cases, and in this case the buyers seems like they still got their return money back, but at least I got to keep my money from the sale. Anyways, just want to share this quick little story. I usually don't have too many issues with eBay. Let me know in the comments below of any sort of issues or scams that maybe you would have ran into. It's good for everybody to know. It's good for me to know. It's something to maybe keep an eye out for. There's always new scams happening, it seems like. But anyways, let's get to some thrifting content. I just spent $520 on new brakes and rotors. Here is the work order here. Just got new disc brake pads and rotors. I only got 2 of them for the front here, and look at this total, $520. This is after labor, parts, taxes, whatever charges. We're gonna go head over to the Unique store. It is Thursday, so we do get 25% off of our purchase. And the goal today is to find $520 worth of items to flip online for a profit. Let's head out. Got some oboes here. $13.49. Never seen this kind of style oboes. Pretty decent brand. Might look these up. Got these New Balances, $16.99. I think these would be a good model. This is the Fuel Cell 996, but these are just super worn out. Just ripping here, so definitely not gonna be worth it even for $17. But a model you want to keep an eye out for. Rad. Alright guys, found these Adidas here. Brand new with tags. I'm wondering if this is maybe one of the Kevin Garnett collections, but I cannot really find any information on this. Tried looking up the number and everything. Unique does want $30 for it. I don't know if you can see that, but it is new with tags. I'm thinking about maybe taking a shot on it, but we'll see. As far as the oboes go, I'm probably going to put these back. I did find these cowboy boots. These are actually Dan Post. They want $25 for these. I think I'm going to grab these. It is like an ostrich leather here, and it does say right on the bottom, genuine ostrich. I think you maybe get like 100, some similar comps, going for about that much. Saw these shoes here, Atomics. What's weird is they want $60 for this shoe, and then for this shoe they want $40. So, not sure exactly what the price is, but these are like weightlifting, wrestling, bodybuilding shoes. A lot of these kind of do pretty decently. This one goes for probably about $60, $70, so not going to be worth it for me to grab, but just thought it was funny they have two different prices. They also had these Olakais, which are a pretty good brand to look out for. However, they do want $30. Holding on to two pairs of shoes right now, but we're gonna head over to the men's clothing area. So this looks very familiar, but it is Kirkland. It's like a Viore knockoff. I know Kirkland's been doing that recently. Did not find anything in the clothing. So I think we're just gonna get these two shoe items, the Adidas and the Dan Post boots. But I'm gonna check out the front display cases. What are these? $750. Look at all these from the Grand Casino. Gold coins, $21 a piece. No idea what the worth is on those. Look at these, $100,000 bills. Just one of these is enough to pay for a brand new car. Spent total $41.23 on everything. Didn't find a whole lot, just found the Dan Post boots as well as the Adidas shoes. So hard to say what I can get for these. I definitely don't think we made our $500, but maybe I can get lucky and see. Like I was saying, similar comps for the Dan Post boots. I think I could maybe get at least 100 for these. Sell rate's not the greatest, but it's also not the worst as well. I think the ostrich leather will actually add to the value of these cowboy boots, and they're in pretty good shape, so minimal cleaning on these. Spent a total of $41.23. Should easily make all of our money back just on the boots. And then, like I said, took a shot on these Adidas. They were new with tags. It's called the A3 4-foot, I think is the name of this. So it's from like 2004, but besides that, I couldn't find any other information. I might try and just list it high, similar to these other sample shoes that I bought before, the Kevin Garnett ones. This one might not go for as much, but maybe it's a rare shoe and someone wants it. At minimum, I think we can maybe get like our money back. Maybe I can get $100 since they are new. It is a big size though, size 15. Hard to say how much demand there is for this shoe. But with that being said, didn't find a whole lot here at the Unique store, so I'm gonna go head over to the nearby Salvation Army and see if we can find anything over there. At the Salvation Army here, we did not find anything at all. I didn't even get much footage here because honestly, I could not find anything at all. So our goal to hit $500 did not pan out. However, we did pick up a couple of nice items from the unique store. Hey everybody, over in the pants area, found these Raleigh denim. Sold this brand before, $8.99. These, unfortunately, are not salvage, but I still think you probably get like 35 to 40. Kind of cool. Size 34. This is kind of like a greenish blue color. So not quite the blue denim, but more of a unique color, I guess. Greenish blue, but they look in good shape. Putting it in the basket. Check out this sweatshirt, guys. It's like a vintage Duke Blue Devils sweatshirt. Galt Sand is the brand. They do want $10.99 for it. Kind of on the higher end, extra large. Just have some staining here as well. Some cracking on the lettering. Still might get it. Might go for like 40. Definitely not the best time to be selling this, but this is just a cool vintage Duke sweatshirt. I'll hold on to it for now at least, but pretty cool. It is Wednesday and I'm actually at the unique store. Unfortunately, I can't make it here tomorrow on Thursday, my usual days, so decided to check it out. They did send me a coupon for 30% off if I spend more than $75, so let's see if we can find anything. TI-83, $13 though. Those only go for about 20 bucks. A bunch of these like canvas stuff. Anna Stokes. Huh. Wonder if these go for anything. I looked up those canvas pieces. They don't really go for anything, so leaving all that behind. A couple of those did sell for like 10 bucks, so I don't think it's worth it for me. Here's some interesting Nikes. Pegasus, $25 though. Size 9. Got these Chacos. No price on the Chacos. Okay's 15 bucks. A little too much. Got these Vapor Max. $23. These are flat. Unfortunately, bottoms are flat. Oh. I don't really see anything. This is a pretty cool Nike piece. It's like a lightweight running jacket. $12.99, size large. Looks like tree branches or something. Kind of interesting. I did find one sold comp for like 30 bucks. And then there's one in a different color that sold for like 40 to 50. So, I mean, $12.99 is kind of on the high end. I might hold on to it and see. Looks to be in decent shape still. As long as the zipper works. We'll see. There's one listed right now for like 55. I'll hold on to it since I don't have anything in the cart. Found another running piece. It's like a puffer vest. Nike running, $15. Extra large. Some similar ones sold for like 40, 45. So maybe I'll hold on to this too. Just left the rummage sale, only picked up one item. I didn't even realize this, but they were having a bag sale. So it's fill a bag and whatever you can fit in it is $2. Unfortunately, did not fill a bag, but I did pick up one item and they charged me for the $2 amount. This right here is what I grabbed, a ceiling fan. It is a Windsor and Brown ceiling fan, 42 inch. And it is a vintage, like wicker style ceiling fan. I don't know how well it's gonna do, but it was new and appears to be sealed still. That's why I picked it up, and it only cost me $2. There's not really any comps on this. They did have some sales by this brand, just a couple of them for like $50, but I did look up wicker ceiling fan. There was a little bit more comps that way. As far as shipping goes, I probably have a box to put this one on, but I could probably even ship it in this as well. Not too bad at all for a $2 purchase. Well, I didn't really have an outro to this video, so I'm gonna go over some of the figures. Spent a total of $85.61 on all of the items that you guys saw. After looking through some comps and everything, we are looking to get $485 in sales, which would give us a $399.39 in profit before any eBay fees. With that being said, we unfortunately did not hit our $520 goal. We couldn't do that in the one day for that challenge anyways, and this video spanned through 4 different days, and we still couldn't make enough profit to cover the brakes and rotors that I just got replaced. With that being said, the $85.61 that we spent today was already recovered back from the Dan Post boots that sold for $125 plus shipping, as well as the Nike puffer running vest, which sold for $51, I think, if I remember correctly. So even though we didn't hit our goal of $520, we are still making profit already. We might have failed our brake replacement challenge, but we are still succeeding in reselling. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. Thanks everybody for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe for more thrifting content like this, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!